Since the time they left the royal family, detractors have been obsessed with trying to prove that Harry and Meghan are not content with their new life, that they have not found a sense of belonging, and that their only option is going back to the royal fold. Well, we know that's not true. If anything, Harry and Meghan are happier than ever. They are surrounded by a community they love and loves them right back. And that's why recent articles suggesting a decline in Prince Harry and Meghan's Hollywood standing do not just lack substance, but are obviously based on speculation rather than fact. They rely heavily on outdated narratives and ignore the couple's significant achievements. Earlier this month, The Hollywood Reporter, THR, published a perplexing story titled "Why Hollywood Keeps Quitting on Harry and Meghan." The premise of the article was that Hollywood had somehow turned on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, citing incidents such as Harry firing his chief of staff after just 3 months. Notably, this staff member has been telling lies ever since, which only serves to validate Harry and Meghan's decision to let him go. However, THR seemed to rely on these lies and recycled gossip from the couple's time in the UK, when the British media and the monarchy were working in tandem to discredit them, creating narratives such as the infamous Duchess Difficult myth. The Duchess Difficult narrative, which originated during Meghan's time at Kensington Palace, suggested she was hard to work with, relentless in her demands, and prone to bullying her staff, claims that have been thoroughly debunked over time. But THR decided to revive these old accusations, dusting off stories of Meghan allegedly sending 5 a.m. emails and making grown men cry. To be honest, this characterization of Meghan as a dictator in high heels comes across as both absurd and insulting. Yet, without a surprise, this negative portrayal has been picked up by other outlets, most notably the Daily Mail, which is determined to prove that Hollywood has abandoned the Sussexes. Daily Mail's Alison Boshoff eagerly latched onto THR's piece, writing her own article filled with bitterness. In her piece, Boshoff highlights the fact that Harry and Meghan did not attend WME's Emmys after-party, despite Meghan signing with the talent agency earlier in the year. According to Boshoff, their absence indicated that Hollywood has grown weary of the couple, and their failure to attend would have been noticed and judged by industry insiders. However, Boshoff's assertions don't hold up under scrutiny. For one thing, Harry and Meghan were spotted at a number of high-profile events around the same time as the Emmys after-party. They attended Tyler Perry's birthday celebration, surrounded by A-list guests like Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, and Alicia Keys. They also made an appearance at the opening of the Godmother bookstore in Santa Barbara, which was attended by the likes of Oprah and author Shaka Senghor. Meghan even spoke at the event, emphasizing her love for books and their importance in her life, a passion shared by Harry, whose memoir Spare was prominently featured in the bookstore. And let's not forget, they have Archie and Lilibet to take care of. Furthermore, just days before Boshoff's article, Harry was at the 1805 Live concert in Carpinteria, a fundraiser for Santa Barbara County's first responders. Hosted by actor Kevin Costner, the concert helped raise money for vital equipment and mental health resources for local firefighters, police officers, and paramedics. Harry took the stage to honor Santa Barbara County Air Support pilot Loren Courtney, praising his dedication and service. Events like these demonstrate that Harry and Meghan are far more than celebrities seeking the limelight. They are deeply committed to causes that resonate with their values and their desire to make a positive impact. Boshoff, however, chooses to ignore these meaningful appearances and instead focuses on the couple's absence from the Emmys after-party. But even if they had attended, it's likely that critics would have found something to complain about. Had Harry and Meghan shown up at the event without being nominated for any awards? Detractors would have accused them of trying too hard to fit into Hollywood's elite circles. It's a classic case of damned if you do, damned if you don't. What Boshoff and others fail to grasp is that Harry and Meghan are not your average celebrities chasing after the next star-studded event. Their public appearances are thoughtfully chosen, aligning with causes they care about, rather than simply being opportunities to be seen. When Harry attended the 1805 live concert, he wasn't there for the glitz and glamour. He was there to support service members and first responders, a cause he is personally connected to through his military service. Similarly, their presence at Tyler Perry's birthday party was about celebrating a close friend, not about making headlines. The bookstore opening also had a deep personal meaning for Meghan. As she shared during the event, she has always found comfort in bookstores, and reading played an essential role in her life, especially during difficult times. The safety of what I was craving, I knew I could find in a bookstore, she said, reflecting on her first trip to New York after stepping back from royal duties. For Harry and Meghan, their appearance at the bookstore was more than just a public engagement. It was a reflection of their values and their desire to give back to their local community. In the second half of her piece, Boshoff tries to mock Meghan's upcoming ventures, including her ARO brand and a Netflix cooking show that has yet to air. She implies that these projects are doomed to fail, much like the rest of the Sussexes' efforts in Hollywood. However, this narrative doesn't hold water. For one thing, THR's article and Boshoff's follow-up were both riddled with worn-out accusations and a lack of fresh takes, signaling that these stories are part of an orchestrated smear campaign rather than legitimate criticism. Moreover, the suggestion that Hollywood has turned its back on Harry and Meghan is patently false. Meghan's recent interview with the New York Times demonstrated that she is still one of the most talked-about women in the world. In that interview, she discussed her investments in women-led fashion labels, further solidifying her commitment to empowering women and supporting female entrepreneurs. As for Harry, he was recently honored with an ESPY Award and is set to speak at the Clinton Global Initiative, an event that brings together world leaders to address pressing global issues. These achievements hardly indicate that Hollywood has quit on them. One valid point raised is that perhaps WME, Meghan's talent agency, could have done more to push back against THR's hit piece. Some have argued that Harry and Meghan's decision to remain silent in the face of these smears allows the negative stories to fester. This misses the bigger picture. Harry and Meghan have chosen to rise above the fray, refusing to be drawn into the petty attacks from the British press or the Hollywood gossip machine. Their strategy of non-engagement has worked for them in the past, and it continues to serve them well today. By staying silent, they allow their fans and supporters to speak out on their behalf, and the public's reaction to the recent smears has been overwhelmingly positive. Viral tweets defending the Sussexes and mocking the recycled narratives demonstrate that many people see through the orchestrated vendetta against them. Engaging with these attacks would only give more attention to the false stories and encourage more smears. The end, Harry and Meghan are not concerned with winning over the fickle entertainment industry or the British tabloids. They are focused on their work, their family, and their values. They are still famous, well-connected, and supported by a wide circle of friends and allies in Hollywood. Even if their projects take time to come to fruition, they remain committed to their goals, and they have the backing of influential figures like Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos, who has publicly praised Meghan. The truth is that Hollywood hasn't turned on Harry and Meghan, despite what the tabloids would have us believe. They continue to thrive, building meaningful connections and working on projects that align with their passions. The narrative that they are failing in Hollywood is simply another attempt to discredit them, and like all the smears before it, this too will fade away as Harry and Meghan continue to rise above the noise. Thank you for watching.